A live look at Hard Rock Stadium. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Miami Hurricanes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
I don't need to tell you how crucial this matchup is with Miami and Notre Dame. This is the matchup that helped to decide the bracket last year. As you know, the committee was weighing who was the better team, Notre Dame or Miami. You better believe Notre Dame has some revenge on their mind as they were left out of the college football playoff last season, and Miami went on a run to the national championship game. A lot of drama here in this top 25 matchup. This should be epic. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. So Notre Dame's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Can't get him to the ground. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
Quarterback making checks. The run inside. It's Fletcher. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
The Hurricanes getting set on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The play-action fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. What does the top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope, maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off?
Well, it means, first of all, absolutely nothing, because preseason rankings don't show up anywhere at the end of the season, but it means this team is talented. It means they're thought of highly. They got to go earn it, Jesse, and it starts today, but the talent obviously is all over the field.
The number in the preseason rankings means absolutely nothing. You saw Florida State recently start in the top 10. They won 2 games by the end of the year. So you've got to go earn it. Yes, you're talented. Yes, a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching you, and people are really excited. You've got an opportunity to do things really, really that are special this season, but you've got to earn it on the field.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Pressure coming. Trying to get away.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And that's an interesting choice for this offense, and specifically for the quarterback, man. 4th down, throwing the ball underneath the stick. When you're not getting a first down, you got to put that ball on the money, have your guy with some open space so he can run. Defense was all over that drag route. They broke on the football, no space, nowhere to go, forcing the 4th down.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. So Miami signals for a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's not going to get there. He needed 2 yards, but he just got 1, and the defense comes up with a stop.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed now. Early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Running inside, it's Fletcher. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about, because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
Trying to impose their will with the run. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He might want another play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback, do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Graham. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Back to throw. It's Carr. Right down the middle. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
On 2nd and 10, a full wide out set, trips right. Carr fires quickly. Could not make his way to the corner. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Time to take a shot. And he's got it inside the 35. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. C.J. Carr firing again. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
That's how you have a short memory. That's how you forget about the big play that just happened, and you line up in your stance and you respond. Great job by the defense, lining up, getting after the quarterback, even after they made a big play.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Throwing, Carr. Looking to the big tight end. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's Carr. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Quick release by the QB. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. From inside the 15, here's the return. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Throwing, Mensah. Caught in the backfield, it's Fletcher. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be 3rd down.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Mensah. He put some heat on that one down the middle.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously the defense, the big reason for that, but if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking to pass. It's Carr. A little release to the back. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Mobley. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. The corners are walked up tight. Again, it's Carr. Complete. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Gain of 17 on the play. And first down for the offense.
Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Gonna run it. It's Walton. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Notre Dame comes to the line. That last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Walton. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here on 2nd and 9, sends 3 receivers to the right. Carr. Stepping to the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Makes the catch. It's Vaughn. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Throws it back. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires it down the seam. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll be stopped right at the 42 after returning the pick, and the defense comes up with a turnover. They'll start this drive from the 42. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Carr. It's complete on the right side. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Irish, after the chunk play through the air, back to the line.
And that play works because the QB did an unbelievable job. He's going through his progressions. He's sitting in the pocket, and he sees, man, a lot of space out to his right. I get the ball to my playmaker, and he does the rest. This is what's so fun about him. He's going to make the catch. He's going to make people miss, use his speed to make big plays.
So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now on second down. They'll move the tight end. Throwing, Carr. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On the draw, it's Walton. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be fourth down. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. The Hurricanes will call their third timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead of 14. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the number 18 team, the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's Northwestern trying to win the home opener. They've got the lead midway through the first half. Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Play action, C.J. Carr. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Here's Carr to throw. Pocket breaking down. And they got it.
That is exactly what this defense needed, man. They needed to start fast, obviously in a deficit, coming out of the half with energy to get a sack early in the drive, man. Nice response by this defense.
They kick it away on 4th down. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. That's caught. It's Vaughn. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quarterback may change this route. Throwing, Mensah. Oh, he wants it all. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. Stopped just across midfield at the 49, but not before he forces the turnover and sets up this offense.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
They'll send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Carr. He uncorks one deep. Hits the open man. He's loose. Touchdown, Notre Dame! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And they call this sudden change, and we talk about it up in the booth. We're hitting each other right here. Like, you got the turnover. First thing you want to do is be aggressive, take all of that momentum, and go capitalize. And what do, man? One play, a big passing play, a big answer, and big-time momentum gained in this football game.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. And Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
And the Hurricanes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Mensah. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8-ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Might be changing the route. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Throwing on the run. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And man, that's another drive for this offense where it's frustration. You're looking to the sidelines, there's not a lot of juice, man. They haven't been able to get going and put drives together and score points. They've got to find something because this game's starting to creep along and they really need to make something happen.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And the timing just a hair off. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. To the air, it's Carr. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Punt is in the air. Here's the return. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
3rd quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Back to pass. This time on target. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Here's Mensah to throw. Finds his man. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments. Gonna look downfield again. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense cut. Not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
They feed him again. Maybe a crease. Got enough for the first. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted it.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. Making side adjustments here. Tight end now in motion. Throwing, Mensa. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
The sack makes it an even longer third down chance for this offense. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. The Canes will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Looking for space. It's Walton. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Got it looking for a first. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand, they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
They're working that left side. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. With the draw, it's Mobley. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
With the catch, it's Mobley. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
They're dealing with a second and long.
Booster. Freeze.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture.
Where did he go?
Carr. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
From the gun on third down, Carr. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing. Game.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
0 points on the day. That's really all you have to say about this offense. It's been a struggle fest. They've been riding the struggle bus. They haven't done anything right today.
Now third and long, and trying to play catch up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Mensah. And he can't grab the bullet pass on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. So your defense has done yeoman's work. The idea, don't make any mistakes here. Take care of the ball and preserve this shutout. Finding open areas. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Throwing, Carr. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
But how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
Might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Oh, it's a reverse. He's knocked down immediately, trying to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing.
Wide receivers, running backs, you see them. They're interchangeable now. You see each playing different positions and handing the ball to wide receivers like you get here. You know, wide receivers are getting the ball more and more in space, but you're also trying to hand them the football so they can make some plays, get more touches, especially those good guys. Not a great gain, but definitely a good job of getting the wide receiver involved in the run game.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Finds his man. It's gone. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
And finally, man, this offense, they have struggled all day. They've been shut out all game. Finally put a drive together. Got some points on the board. Got some good mojo. Maybe they can take this into next week. I know it's been a bad day, but sometimes these type of things can carry over.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And listen, you start to get desperate, right? Late in the game, it's in the fourth quarter. You know, I got to steal a possession somehow, some way, and you got to pull the trigger and kick an onside, something you feel good with. They tried. Unfortunately, they failed, and this game is going to get difficult now even more down the stretch.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
no doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Here on 2nd and 9, sends 3 receivers to the right. Here's Carr to throw. Under fire. And down he goes.
And, man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue, even though he got outside the pocket.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Here's the pressure. Buried before he could blink. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The Irish send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The offense changing the play. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Here's Mensah to throw. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. At midfield, he's got room. And he's brought down after a huge completion. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
Throwing, Mensah. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been.
Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. There he goes to the right. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Irish. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Here's the return from inside the 25. Gets it just across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That's where the return is stopped. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated.